Bartley Bess.
Okay.
And what else?
How old are you?
I was 82 and expect to have a few more years to go.
Good. And what is your profession?
Spent my entire professional life as a psychologist.
Okay. Are you married, Dr. Bess?
Yes, married. Have 4 children. One, a stepchild who lives in El Paso. And what else?
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your condition. What's wrong with you?
Okay. It started by having urinary problems, and I've had them for some time, and I thought it was various things, but I had a procedure done whereby they determined that it was interstitial cystitis.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I was mowing the lawn one day when I became short of breath, and I thought I was just about to wind it up at that time, but and later it was found by the diagnosis is fibroid lung condition. So that's why I talk in breaths, and but it's improved, and everything else is improved.
Okay.
So I feel fortunate.
Now, I know that you take medicine to help with your breathing. What medications do you take?
Oh, I have 8 different medications.
But what helps particularly with your
The
breathing?
morphine helps in smoothing down and calming down the breathing, and my various other problems, urinary problems, and so on, I take other medications for.
Okay.
So, approximately 8 different kinds of medications.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, some people are real resistant to hospice because they feel that once they come into hospice, the death occurs right away. What was your initial reaction to hospice?
Well, my initial reaction to hospice in El Paso began a long time before. I worked as a volunteer in Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay.
And my knowledge of hospice, however, was based upon the patient having not long to live.
Right.
And hospice here is somewhat different.
In what way?
In terms of setting a time limit. 6 months or 1 year. I don't believe medical science has progressed to the point of being able to predict exact time
Sure.
of death until death is right here upon us.
Sure.
So I took a dim view of that until I learned that hospice here in El Paso is open to people getting well as dying. I don't want to die, but if I do, I do. If I don't, I enjoy life each day as it comes my way.
How do you enjoy life? What's meaningful for you?
What's meaningful? Well, the beautiful sunshine when we have days when we don't have sandstorms,
Right.
and those are few. We have many beautiful days, and the idea of enjoying food, the idea of enjoying the comfort of one's body position, even though discomfort may exist, it's still better than you know you're living, and that's joyful in a way.
And you
So
also,
enjoying life
Okay.
itself.
okay.
I enjoy many things.
I know you enjoy.
Okay, it's recording.
I was asking if you enjoy people.
Yeah, I enjoy people and talking with people, and I do most of the talking, of course. But and also I enjoy a bit of escape. Escape from reality is a therapeutic thing.
How do you do
So
that?
I read mysteries.
Ah,
Right now I have to have the big large print, so that is a little limiting as to where I can pick up a mystery story that I like, but I found that a lot of mysteries are out there, some of which are not worth reading, but I found a lot through friends like you and others who provide me with the large print
good.
editions.
So it helps to escape sometimes.
Yes.
That's
Oh, yeah.
important. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
And then when you come back to reality, then you can face truth as it is and deal with it more effectively.
Bartley, what is your truth? What have been the challenges in going through this?
I can't quite answer that question. My truth, the values that have guided me, perhaps,
Okay, what are they?
those values are centered around Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian, or at least I work on becoming a Christian. Like one old boy was asked, do you think Christianity will ever work? And the reply was, well, I think it will, but it's never been tried fully.
Uh-huh.
Well, we've never tried fully. Most people try at living a Christian life, but never fully succeed. But here, this is a worthy goal. There are many paths to salvation as I view it, but here, the path that suits me and I'm willing to bet my life on it is Christ as my Savior, my Messiah.
So your faith helps
faith.
you to cope.
Yes,
Okay.
not that I'm a good one, but that I know what my goal is.
Okay.
And living the Christian life has been very fulfilling whenever I fully follow it. I've not followed it some of my life, which I've regretted, of course. But even there, the spirit of forgiveness, I know that the God that I worship is a forgiving God, is a loving God, forever loving, so that whatever I do by mistake, by error, is forgiven if I seek forgiveness.
Okay. What have been the challenges? You've been sick for a while. What's been the most difficult part of this for you?
Well, the most difficult, I've been very fortunate. Many people who have the disabilities that I have severe pain. My pain has not been great at all, so I stand to advantage. So the things that bother me are the confinement, not being able to do some things that I like to do. I like to garden, for example. Gardening in El Paso is a new experience for me with the dry climate and all, but I would love to endeavor to grow a few things. To see things growing is a great experience, and I've been used to gardening all my life, and various things about gardening.
Okay.
New growth of any kind. Growing a decent lawn, for example, has been a great experience. But now, with the shortage of water here in this climate, I think it's somewhat egotistical to insist on having a nice green lawn because it takes so much water to get it.
Sure. So you've had a lot of losses to deal with, a lot of changes in your life.
Well, there have been a number of changes, one of which is from being able to direct my attention to my profession as contrasted to directing my attention to finding things to do since retirement and things of that nature.
So it's a different focus in your life.
A different
now.
focus,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And so there have been family problems that have come along, which we've been able to resolve
Good.
for the most part. Illness of my wife and myself has not made it any easier, of course. So that's why I came in contact with hospice, and I'm very grateful to hospice for the care that they have given me. And I owe a great debt to hospice for the excellent care that they have given me in many ways.
Are you getting tired at all, Bartley? You tell me when you want to take a break.
Okay. Even to the friendships, the volunteer system that hospice has, friends are pardon me for tearing up. Anything that's emotional, I tear up on. I tear up at the drop of a hat, as they say. Friends are very important to me, and the friendships that hospice sponsors are great. So I feel grateful.
Do you have a special friendship with your volunteer?
Oh yes, oh yeah. I think the friendships that develop in these instances, at least one, we bonded immediately. And we've been able to become friends and know each other's history much more readily as a result. So I value that, especially value that friendship.
So in other words, it's not just a volunteer who comes, it's someone who becomes and has become a very good friend.
Oh yes,
Okay.
oh yes.
Okay. What about some of the other people? What does the nurse do for you when she comes, Bartley?
The what?
The nurse, what does she
The
do?
nurse. Oh, the visiting nurse. She's great. She's jovial. She's upswing. She's always optimistic, and she says, well, she asks about complaints and or symptoms, and after doing the vital signs, she says, well, I think we can take care of that. How do you want to go? And so on. So she's very important
So
to me.
she involves you in what's going on, she works with you.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Good.
I've never been forced to do anything.
Okay.
I've never been able to do anything. I've never wanted to do anything but what I wanted to do.
Okay. What about your social worker? You have a social worker.
Yes, I have a social worker who's wonderful, and she has a way of drawing me out, and I thought with appearance, a beautiful person, that she would be the epitome of fashion, but she's more
She's
than
not.
fashion. She's very attuned to my moods and strikes the right question exactly at the right time without being nosy at all, and is able to draw me out to express myself. And this is a big part of hospice work. And any time that I have a question or a need, she's right on her cell phone finding out immediately. And even though she's very busy, she is very prompt in cutting through all the red tape that might exist in any organization to answer my needs.
Thank you. I know one of the things that the social workers do is try and help people kind of make some end-of-life decisions, some difficult decisions.
Oh yes.
I know you've thought a little bit about your own funeral.
Okay. I have become disenchanted with the funeral home corporations. They obviously are to make money, and I don't dislike any persons as such, but here the idea of we do not hire people as grievers in our society, but we do everything but. And to encourage grief is okay as far as working it out. I understand as a psychologist what grief is about, and you don't have to be a student of how people emote to understand that. You have to only have to have a death within one's own family to understand what grief is. But here, the funeral establishment dwells on that, and it fosters that. It's a closure, I recognize, but at the same time, it prolongs many instances of grief when closure is achieved, and still the punishment of going to the funeral home and going to the gravesite is done where much grieving is prolonged.
What do you want?
What I want,
Yeah.
okay, what I want is very simple, and it involves cremation.
Okay.
I like nature, and returning to nature appeals to me. So I've partially pretty well concluded arrangements whereby I will be cremated and without any ceremony, and those left behind who will grieve, I hope someone would grieve for
I'm
me.
sure. Sure.
And I think they will. But funerals and so on are for those left behind, still living. When I'm dead, I'm dead. And I live each day at a time. So my thought is to be cremated and at that put in a jar, and whatever services they wish, memorial services here in El Paso can be done by my relatives, and then transported to Alabama, where I've worked for many years, and my friends in Alabama could be notified. If they wish, they can grieve in any way they wish. But my son, who's is retired now, has been a Green Beret and has jumped from planes. He and his group, squad, perhaps, he has volunteered this, may jump from a plane and distributed my ashes over a large lake in Alabama. That appeals to me, because ashes to ashes and dust to dust, according to the scriptures.
Sure.
And that's the way it should be, I feel.
And you've discussed this with your family, so
I've
they know
discussed
what
it
you...
with my family. It's been pretty well concluded, but I still have to make some arrangements.
Okay. Okay.
So that fills me with peace.
That you've
I
been...
feel at peace within myself, and I feel at peace with everyone.
Okay.
Jesus taught us that every person is one's brother and sister. I believe that, because we're all related through the life that we have. And as long as life exists, my own orientation is to have peace with everyone.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say I've not always felt that way. I've gotten angry. I've gotten angry enough to, I guess, fortunately, my anger has been great enough to kill. I don't know, but I've never killed. I don't know how that feeling would be.
And you know that feelings are just feelings. That's all they
Feelings
are.
are only feelings.
Yeah.
And the thing that I will be aversive to is if I develop loss of memory. A loss of memory means a loss in 3 ways, and this maybe is why I tear up whenever things are involved with emotions. if one no longer has memory, it automatically, one's responses take over without it being processed through the brain, through the memory centers. With these memory centers hold great storehouses of beautiful memories, and that is what I would miss. Then also emotions themselves, the finer emotions of man are lost, so that to love, to even feel aversion to things is lost. And these may not be altogether neurologically explained, but in my lexicon it has deep meaning, and in one's own individuality. I'm different because I've had different experiences. I'm different and glad I'm different, but I'm no different from all the rest of mankind in more ways than I realize. And we have more similarities than differences. Still, man has not been able to bring that out and emphasize it enough, so we wind up by having wars. We fight our brothers, and we have no other recourse sometimes. We're divided in how we view the present war. So I won't go into that. But
Is there anything that you're afraid of right now?
anything
That you are afraid of, that you are frightened of?
afraid of,
Say that and acknowledge that.
I greatly appreciate that my view is we can learn from everybody.
Yes.
And if I've been an inspiration to anyone, I count that as my blessing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay. I want to make a suggestion. We have our volunteer here. Is it okay if we do a little bit of camera work with Stan Ribbon? Stan Ribbon, is that all right with you?
It's okay.
Okay, you want to shut it off for a minute? We'll change places.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay, Bartley.
Okay, guy. Yeah. Glad you're here.
It's always a pleasure to be here
Good. I
because
always count on your coming by.
I think being with you is equally as rewarding for the volunteer as it is for the patient.
Well, I thank you. I thank you. Your coming provides me with the opportunity, or yours usually, to get on my soapbox and
That's
to
right.
present one of my canned lectures.
Well, I'm a good listener, so I ask you a lot of questions and you're happy to respond.
Yeah, good. Well, you teach me more than you learn from me. So,
As a matter of fact, I find you to be very handsome today. Your hair is combed and your beard is trimmed.
well,
You look pretty sharp.
I had some stickum to fasten down my hair. Ordinarily, I look like a porcupine. And I caused a little girl the lady, Nikki, who gives me my shower, she told her little granddaughter, and her little granddaughter laughed her head off. That a man would go around looking like a porcupine.
You know, Bartley, I visit many people in as a volunteer for hospice.
For many
And-
years, I gather.
Well, a variety of people. In some cases, relieving the caretaker. In some
Yeah.
cases, just visitation.
Yeah.
In some cases, nothing was said. But you and I have developed a close personal relationship.
Yeah.
And I look forward to our visits every week.
From the word go.
And I think you do too.
I do, definitely. And let's not forget Scott. Scott is also a volunteer. He's on the east side, so he comes by every once in a while too. So I don't want to disregard his generosity either. But
Well, I'd appreciate if you concentrate just on me.
sure, sure.
But you can mention Scott, that's okay.
Okay, all right, all right. You'll allow that. Well, anyone who can bring me some toast, you say?
Matzah.
Matzah toast?
It's just
Matzah
matzah.
bread.
Matzah bread.
Bread.
It's not unleavened bread.
And
It's more the form of cardboard than anything else.
more like cardboard?
So you have to put butter and jelly on it
Yeah.
to taste good.
Well, there were teeny weeny bits that, I forget what the tostados or,
It accommodates anything,
uh,
whatever you choose to put on it.
let's see. Okay. Well, I can't eat because of my cystitis.
You may not be able to eat it.
Can't eat fruity things. All fruits are out. Even watermelon is out. I don't know why, but it's supposed to give me pain. But maybe I'll try a
Well,
little.
this will give you constipation.
It will?
Stan, can you talk a little bit about your experiences as a volunteer?
Yes, I've had many opportunities to visit different kinds of people under different circumstances, and it's very rewarding for the volunteer. One might think that the patient gets the greater benefit, but I think that the volunteer gets an equal amount of benefit from the work they do.
What kind of work do you do? Give us
Well,
some-
the work might vary from relieving the caretaker to delivering medications to picking up triplicates from the doctor and taking it to the pharmacy to visitation, such as I do with Bartley Bess, Bartley Bess. And I find that it's something that I really enjoy doing. And I would encourage anybody that has such an inclination to do the same thing. Hospice of VNA is a very caring, loving organization, and the people that work for it are of that mode. I remember asking Jill Snow, who's a nurse for hospice, what she thought of her job, and she said that she's privileged to have such a job. And Becky Horwitz and all the other volunteers and nurses I know are caring people. So it's a wonderful opportunity.
I'd also like to thank and compliment with great gratitude Miss Bertha Dulay, whose home I have to recuperate in. She's the head of our foster home here, and she makes it a family, and with 2 grandmas and a grandpa, of which I'm the grandpa. She makes us all feel very comfortable and loved. So I just wanted to thank her in this way in great gratitude for her services. Thank you.